Oh, whoa, oh, it looks like I've been staring at this camera for like a whole X amount of days. I don't know when this is coming out. Oh man, I should really get to reviewing Batman vs Superman. Because I promised you guys that in the last Man of Steel video, which you should totally watch if you haven't already. Uh, uh, um, uh, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. That way you know it's good, because it's ultimate. Ultimate is better than bad. Yeah, Batman vs Superman. Dawn of Justice is a 2016 superhero action introspective thriller directed by visionary Zack Snyder. Um, Came out 3 years after Man of Steel, and which was like a while. Like it was like 3 years in between two movies is a long time. Um, and people were really excited for this movie when it was coming out. I vaguely remember it, but yeah, no, like people were hyped. Like the trailers were one of the trailers was really good. The other two were a little bit like, is this movie gonna be bad? But nonetheless, people were still excited. Like it looked amazing. Like Batman and Superman finally not only on screen together, but fighting each other. There's no way this isn't gonna be the best movie of the year. Uh, well, it wasn't, to say the least. The movie came out and it just got slammed. Like it did pretty well, like box office wise. It made like $800 million, but man, it has like a 28% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is it's really bad if you couldn't tell. But yeah, no one cares about that. Everyone cares about my opinion of this movie. So let's get into it. Is Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition good? No, 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 it's not. It's not good. Okay, I'll try to make this snappy. I'll try to make this review snappy and quick. So, like, I'm gonna go over my points really quickly because my last video was overly long. It was like 12 minutes, right? It didn't even have to be that long. Okay, so Batman vs Superman. Okay, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. Okay, let's go over the good stuff. First of all, I think it looks amazing. The movie looks amazing. The like Z- Zack Snyder got rid of the whole zoom in thing. Yeah, yeah, I want to show it off again. Yeah, yeah, it's a good now. It's good now, and yeah, he got rid of that. He just it looks good, looks great. Up until the final act, but we'll get to that later. The music is fantastic. I talked that I said that the music was great in Man of Steel, but this one, like, oh my God, there's a scene between Lex Luthor and Elastigirl, the woman who plays Elastigirl, but uh, yeah, and like the violins were like just popping off. I mean, like, it was awesome. Like the music is great, absolutely great. Um, what else is good? The acting is. I love Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is amazing as Batman. He's he's just so good as like an old mean Batman. I'll get to the mean Batman in like a second, but Ben Affleck's great. I still don't like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's dull. Um, that's it, really. Um, I'll get to Lex Luthor in a second. What I think about him. Um, but yeah, okay. Next up on the good list. Okay, I guess we're going to Lex Luthor now. I actually like Lex Luthor in this movie, kind of, sort of, not really, but I like him more than most because I think that Jesse Eisenberg is actually really good as Lex Luthor Jr., not Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor Jr. That's who he's meant to be. I think that in theory, his character is amazing. Basically, what his motivation is in this movie, or what it's supposed to be, is that he his dad beat him. Lex Luthor beat him as a child, and there was no God to save him. There was no God to help him, whatever the fuck. So when Superman comes, he's like God or whatever, and he doesn't trust him. He says something in the movie like, "If God is all powerful, then he cannot be all good." And you sit there and you're thinking like, "Damn, that's an interesting motivation. That's an interesting character." The problem is that you see the that motivation is only like explained by Lex Luthor once in the entire movie. It's never mentioned again. It's like 2 hours in, so it's already too late. But even after that, it's never mentioned again, and that just it doesn't work because you need to develop these motivations. But no, like Zack's, it's a 3 hour long movie, and you didn't have any time to develop these characters. It's a really wasted potential. I think it would have been awesome. So now let's go into the bad stuff. The stuff that I didn't like, which is most of the movie. Okay. First, let's go over Lois Lane, the boring bad stuff. Lois Lane, just like in Man of Steel, is boring, but except in this one, she's way worse. Um, she gets such a boring subplot where she has to like find out where some bullet came from, and it's so dull. And like, I don't care. But then, then she just drops like 50 IQ points, like like over the course of like a second. For most of the movie, she's like a sophisticated, like um, intelligent-ish reporter. But then, in the final act, she becomes just so stupid. Like she so basically, Batman and Superman become friends, which I'll get to later. And Batman tried to kill Superman with like a kryptonite spear. So what does Lois Lane do when Batman and Superman leave the area to fight Doomsday, which I'll also get to later, and she's left alone with the kryptonite spear? She throws the kryptonite spear into a pool of water. Like, why? Why? Like, what? What purpose does that serve? Like, maybe you're saying, oh, well, maybe she just wanted to destroy all the kryptonite, and but like that's not destroying the kryptonite; it's just putting it into a pool of water. It's just there so that um, she can be saved by Superman later, like 5 minutes later. It's so stupid. I'm gonna talk about Batman and Superman in this movie. Wow, they are absolutely terrible. I'm talking mainly about the motivations here. The motivations are terrible in this entire movie. Um, Batman, Batman's motivation for hating Superman is that Superman in Man of Steel, like, destroyed Metropolis pretty much. Which is like, yeah, cool. That's actually kind of like nice. It's a meta like thing because people didn't like when Superman was fucking evil and destroyed half of Metropolis without saving a single person until the end when he had to snap the bad guy's neck for some reason. Because they just don't understand Shakespearean intelligent writing. So yeah, it's an interesting thing, but the problem arises when Batman murders people. Like Batman, like I have no problem with Batman killing in this movie. I think, yeah, it makes sense. Like he killed in Dark Knight Returns, and that's what this Batman's based off of. And I think there's enough like implications throughout the movie, like why he kills. I'm fine with it. However, it just completely destroys his motivation. So like Batman hates Superman because he murdered people, okay, but then he also murders people. And then it gets even better. For Superman's motivation, Superman hates Batman because Batman kills people. So the entire movie is just these two hypocritical assholes beating the shit out of each other. And during the fight, you're just sitting there like, damn, I kind of want both these people to die. Let's go to the Martha thing, because that's maybe the most controversial point of this movie. Martha, the Martha sequence. For those who don't know, Um, during the Batman vs Superman fight, Batman he has Superman pinned down. He's about to stab him with a kryptonite spear, and then Superman utters out, "You have to save Martha." That's my Superman impression. And Martha, basically, for those who don't know, is Superman's mom. And coincidentally, Martha is also Batman's mom's name. And and that's the only reason why Batman doesn't kill Superman. It's it's honestly baffling. Like what? Like okay, I understand what you're going for. Batman. The point of the scene is for Batman to like realize, oh my God, Superman is he's human pretty much. Like he has humanity in him. He has a mom who he cares for and who probably cares for him. And I had a mom, and I think that's interesting. That's cool. But having him not kill Superman only because his their mother's names are the same, it just feels like a coincidence. Like, what if Superman's mom's name was fucking Sarah? I don't know. And Superman was like, "Save Sarah." Batman would have been like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then stabbed him with a kryptonite spear. So it feels weird. It it's weak. It's weak. The way I would have changed it is really simple. Just have Batman Superman say, "Save my mother," and then this scene goes on the same, pretty much. That that works much better. It makes more sense than, and it doesn't feel like a coincidence anymore. I gotta talk about Wonder Woman in this movie. Oh my God, why is Wonder Woman in this movie? She just she's there for like a good chunk of the movie, but she doesn't really do anything until the final action scene, which she really did not need to be there. Her purpose in the movie is to set up the Justice League movie, and the way they set it up. So you know how in Iron Man they set up the Avengers by Nick Fury just simply saying, "I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative," and boom, cut to black. Perfect. At the end of the credits, it doesn't interfere with the movie at all. It's great. Perfect. Great A. And this movie just decides to stop for Wonder Woman to slowly open up an email containing clip security cam footage of Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman, and just slowly watch them and have this expression like that for like 10 minutes straight. It's so boring and it just completely halts the movie just so you can have this stupid scene. This movie sets up like a lot of things, like some of which aren't even gonna be in Zack Snyder's Justice League probably, like the nightmare sequence. Batman has the like a dream, and it's cut it out, man. Have it at the end of the credits, maybe, but not in the middle of the fucking movie. And then, on top of that, the second he wakes up or whatever, Flash comes to him. He's like, "Lois is the key," or whatever. Like setting because Flash is gonna go back in time in like I don't know, Justice League 2 or 3 or whatever. It doesn't matter. The final action scene, it's so terrible. You remember how he talked about how the visuals look really nice up to a certain point? This is that certain point. It looks so dull and gray and like it's just so the colors are so muted and ugly and blah. Wonder Woman in her solo movie, her costume is really nice. It's really colorful. It's really fun. It's really bright. It's just red and blue and great. In this movie, if you had told me that her costume doesn't have any like bright colors on it, I would have been like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see it right there. But no, during the final action scene, her costume is just like a really dark, ugly red, brownish color that is it's not pleasant to look at. I'm gonna talk about Death of Superman now. Spoilers, I guess, for this 5-year-old movie. But yeah, Superman dies in this movie. First of all, he should not have died in this movie. He, or at least not at the hands of Doomsday. Actually, he shouldn't have died at all because this is only 2 movies in. You don't care about this character, and he's just dead. He's just dead now. And now all of Metropolis is mourning him, and they're like, damn, like, he was so cool. He was like a beacon of hope and inspiration. But I mean, if this was in the Christopher Reeve movies, then yeah, okay, that would have made a lot of sense. Yeah, fine, sure. But this is not the Christopher Reeve Superman. This is a different Superman. This, like as I said in Man of Steel review, this is a controversial Superman. This is a Superman that not everyone likes, not everyone agrees with, not everyone agrees that he should be. You know, Snyder wants to have it both ways. He wants a controversial new Superman, which is fine, but he also wants Superman to be mourned and act like treated like a beacon of light and hope. Those just completely contradict each other, you know? You can't have both. Choose one and stick with it. Then at the end, Batman, he talks at Superman's funeral like, I failed him in life. I will not fail him in death. Then he talks about Justice League or whatever. Which, like, you didn't fail him. You knew him for, like, a couple weeks. But for most of the time you knew him, you absolutely fucking hated him. You wanted to murder him. And, like, the same day he died at the hands of Doomsday, you also tried to murder him. Like, like maybe an hour or two before. So, like, you didn't fail him. You hated him. And it feels so rushed. So in conclusion, Batman vs Superman, Ultimate Edition at least, it's not a very good movie. I give it a 4.2 out of 10. But it's got potential. Under maybe, I wouldn't even say better screenwriters, because the screenwriters are both pretty good. They've done some good stuff before, but maybe just under a better vision, maybe a better director, it could have been pretty cool. But man, it's such a mess. A gorgeous mess. That's what I said on my Letterboxd review. Follow me on Letterboxd or else. So am I excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League? My prediction is I'm gonna give this movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League, a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna give it. I think it's gonna be overly long. I think it's gonna be boring a little bit, but I think it's gonna have some interesting visuals, some good music, and some good acting. That's what I think. So see you guys then when I lose my mind talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League.